kill me is death.
Hell no, I can't trust nobody. So I keep me a stick at the party. Pulling up finna catch me a body. Round with them choppers, no Harleys. They know I gotta keep my Scotty. 33 and it's acting retarded. If it don't kill me, go harder. All my niggas and we moving like shotters. And I'm big TLA, we poppin'. We bought no assist, no Stockton. All my niggas, we up, we locked in. If he say he got gas, might stop in. HP for the number of Harden. Free MC, white chalkin'. Tried to catch a play, D Hopkins. Pull up on the scene, we walk down. All that talking tough got chalked out. Pitch down the bricks, my hot route. How we gon' lose? We hot now. Got me sippin' Henny, that act up. Get it by the low, no Mack truck. Put your ex on my sack up. Bitch out of line, I'll smack her.
Okay, welcome to Pittsburgh Chatter, where I do interviews where I want, whenever I want, with who I want. Today I got a special guest. How's it going, Chucky Humphreys?
It's going good, man. Real good. Blessed to be here.
Okay, first of all, I appreciate you for coming. I had to do some research, but we're going to start at the beginning. So how did you first start hooping?
Man, I mean, all right, to really get into that, I mean, I'm from Allequippa, so, like, sports, we live and die sports. There, the population was big back then, like, back when the steel mills and stuff was jumping. So, like, that's what brought a lot of the people in. The steel mills shut down. So, like, economically, when that happens, everyone leaves, no money there, no opportunities for anything. So, like, a lot of stuff started to fall down in Allequippa, but the one thing we had was our sports. So, and then in particular, football. So, football,
so you played both?
Yeah, when I was little, I played both. So it was like football, basketball, baseball. I mean, we just play all year round, and the fans, the community, all come out, all love it. So, football was like my main thing growing up, and then I got held back in like middle school. So there was a year, like a gap year, where you couldn't really play football. And you were too old for the little league. So in that gap year,
unless they let you be a ringer.
Yeah. But nah, so like in that gap year, that's when hoops started to come around. Started to get a feel for it, played more. Like I just spent a lot of time during that year because like obviously, you know, you in middle school, you get held back, kids clowning you, you know, people say you dumb and all that.
Yeah, it'd be pretty bad. It'd be pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean it was a lot of tough times, but like the ball was there, the court was there, like it
As
was
usual.
always there during my toughest times, and I always just looked to go to that as my outlet. And things
So you wouldn't say anyone specifically, like a person inspired you to play basketball? It's more like it just kind of came to you naturally over time.
Yeah, and I'd say Kobe. I mean, I'm a big
My
Kobe
God,
fan.
they don't. It's crazy. Even after death, he still doesn't get the respect he has due, and he's my favorite player too. So I definitely agree.
It's so crazy the respect Kobe doesn't get, but like I just look at that as like a media thing now. Like the media don't get nothing out of that. Like Gas and Kobe, like you know, if they do the Jordan LeBron debate, everybody all over that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
you see, look, we'll get into that later because we'll have a discussion with that. Because you see where me and Dot was going with that. So, all right, I want to just, like, when I'm doing this, I'm living on basketball, and then we'll get into school specifically.
Okay.
So next I want to ask you is, like, I of course, you got to dive into the leagues you played in, AAU, going in, because, like, earlier on, before, like, what was your first league, and then talk about all the leagues you played in. That'd be a better example.
Okay. So, like, yeah, for AAU and all that, I was late. I started that in high school, and I, like, just got on with a team for free, like, a couple guys I was hooping with.
Yeah.
That was like a whole different world. Like that was the basketball world.
It's like makes it stricter, kind of would be the right word.
Yeah. Because like now you got real, like you can play school league ball and like it may be a killer here, killer there. Like no, AAU, everybody killer, everybody hooping. So I started out like with this team PBC. After that, I started running with my point guard Jasir on BSA. Once I got there, like that opened up everything. We had like some of the best guys around here, which I could get into later. They ended up being my college teammates. So BSA did a bunch of great things. The coaches there. So AAU was like the first big thing that like really got me even latched on to this basketball stuff more. You want me to go up to like?
Oh no, I'm gonna lead you into this because then next, basically, because I know I'm skipping around here, but it's to be able to focus on the basketball in the lead way. So next, what school did you? Because was it right into Allequippa that you went, automatically?
Oh yeah. So it was Allequippa my whole life. I know like in the city there's like little schools and then you gotta like pick or something. Yeah. No, we don't got that. It's Quip from little league, little elementary all the way up to high school.
Okay, so we might as well just dive into this a little bit. Okay, so because ninth grade year, are you already on varsity or like what is the build up? Let's talk about those 4 years in high school.
Yeah, so like you can play. There's like a ninth grade team you could play on, or if like you're good enough, you can get bumped up to JV varsity. So like that year going into ninth grade.
But were you as good as you were early on? Is basically.
Oh no. So like I was tall. That was like so you can't really coach height.
Yeah.
And then I had like a motor. So that was like my main thing was to have a motor. So going into my ninth grade year, I wasn't as skilled, but I was tall and I had a little motor to me, and I always hung out with like the upperclassmen. Like I was trying to get in with them so good to get on the hoop team.
All right. So another thing I noticed is that like from looking at your stats and stuff, and then you got a player of the year and all that. Over time, it seems like maybe your 11th grade year is when you start blossoming, but like it's not like one specific stat that stands out. It's like equally you're doing everything to add up to like what like if a pure scorer is scoring 30, but you're scoring 8, 7 rebounds, 5 steals. Like so what you're doing kind of outweighs what they're doing. So I would say like how do you feel about your play?
Oh man, I love it. Like I said, like Steve Kerr said, people play hoops the way they live their life, you know, the dirty work, the dirty job, getting all the other stuff done, doing whatever I need to do for my teammates. So, like, I've always embraced that role. I've always had great point guards from high school all the way to college. I've always had great point guards, great guards who could score the ball. Like, they were buckets. Jasir Jordan, Stephon McGinnis, like, those dudes.
And that was on the Allequippa team.
Yeah. So, like, for me, it's like I'm not about to sit here and force myself to score like that. You know,
if it comes easier to someone else.
Yeah, if it comes easier for them, I'm going to just compliment them. I'm going to be a good teammate, set a screen for them to get them open. Like, my buckets will come. I'll get mine off of rebounds, open shots, those little things. So that's something I've always, like, embraced. Even in college, that's what got me everywhere I got, was not forcing to be a bucket.
Hold on, slow down. So let's not get to college yet because there's one more thing. All right, so from what I've noticed is, like, but then you look at some of your highlights and things, and it's not that you can't score. You can score. So my question would be, like, if you were put in a different situation where it's like you didn't have you had to go get it, do you feel as if, though, you would have been able to average, like, a 20? Like, on a weak team. Like, no, like, because you had a good team.
Yeah.
Because you won states.
Yeah, so if you want to get into that, like, in high school, for the first 5 games of my senior year, I didn't have my starters. They were all playing football because we were going to states in football and hoops at the same time. Okay. So, like, my starters were Jasir Jordan, Sheldon Jeter, Kazon Pugh. You know, those guys were all football guys. Like, I've my good first 7, I think. So I just had the JV guys, and then I was averaging, I don't know, like 24, 17. Like then I was putting up like big numbers and stuff like that. As soon as they came back, like it dropped, but like I wasn't offended or mad.
So you already had seen that, this is possible, but
yeah,
to win, I know what I have to do
by any means.
And because of that, like I said, you got player of the year, so it's like it didn't go unnoticed though either.
Yeah. That's how I felt about it. Like if I'm not in the headlines for the most points and stuff, like whatever I do in the long run, like it'll show. Like and I think that my senior year it creeped up on people for that for me to get that, because like I wasn't the head guy. Oh, Chucky Humphreys 30 points tonight and stuff. No, but I was winning though. Like
okay, all right. So you named a couple people here, but normally like your favorite person to play with, like that you could play basketball with, and it may be you just play with them once. It may not even be somebody that you play with throughout your whole career. Who would that be?
Man, can I name a list, or do it got to be one? Could be a list, or one.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. No, we can't be a list, because then it's going to be like the team you won with the most. So just give us. All right, give us 2. I'll be fair.
All right, 2. Like, all right. 2 from like college,
just in general, and then we'll dive in and we'll segue.
Yeah. Man, I'm torn between 2. It's hard for me to say, but I'd say like Dave Morris and Malik Miller. Yeah.
Dogs. What position did they play?
Point guard. Dave's a point guard. Malik's a shooting guard.
And they just made the game easy for you.
Yeah. I mean, they got after it. Competitors, great teammates, great brothers. So, I mean, we fought many wars. So I've always like
you gotta respect that.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's segue over to the road to states, because like talk about this season. Because the first year, junior year, you guys go to states, lose.
Yeah.
12th grade year, you go to states, win.
Yeah.
So like, let's just talk about the process and like how it was to lose and then how it was to win. Don't just like talk about the glory. Let's talk about both aspects.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a grind. Obviously, in Quip, hoops wasn't even like that. We were having below 500 seasons, like barely winning. No fans were coming, nothing. And a lot of credit goes to Coach Nick. Coach Nick Lagovich.
And it was like this for both sports at first?
Nah, football, we were always.
Okay.
Yeah, we were at least getting to the championship. We may lose or win, but everyone, all the fans, everybody was there. Hoops, there was nothing. Like my 9th grade year, we were terrible. Lost the first round of the playoffs. That was it. And Coach Nick came along, and like there was change. Like everything was different. He wasn't playing no games. He made sure practices were up to par, and like he cared about the kids too. He always opened the gym for us. Always picked us up for practice. Like he wanted us in the gym more than anything. So throughout that process, people was like, "Oh, y'all not gonna be nice in hoops. Y'all ain't. You know, it's all football." Like
some non-believers.
Yeah. You know me. I'm 6'6", 6'5". Like they like, "Oh, go play football and stuff." Like, nah. I'm gonna make change. I'm gonna do my own thing. Like I could be a football player.
It's easy to just go on the team and then be good or be mediocre.
Yeah, because they gonna get theirs. Like they gonna win the whip you.
Of course.
Like that road is already made up for them. Like they're gonna have that. I wanted to create my own wave with hoops and like start like showing even the younger athletes like it don't gotta be all football. There's a lot of special people in Allequippa. They just don't realize they talent. And if I feel like if I apply myself to hoops the way I did in that success story, I feel like any kid can apply themselves to whatever they want to be in life, whether it is hoops, music, technician stuff, whatever.
If you give the kids the tools early on, you'd be surprised at what they can achieve. But we'll get back to we'll get to the
okay.
This player of the year for 2016. So you win the state championship, and you get this achievement. All right, where's the college in this? Because it says that you were committed to West Liberty, but then you decommitted, or like, so what? Your college story is crazy. The fact that it ended well, it's like you always find a way to end up with a ship, don't you? I'm not gonna lie.
I always got a plan B. So like, at my first 2 years of high school, I struggled. I was just a class clown. I was playing around, not doing my grades. It only took one coach to come up and talk to me like, hey, like you got potential. Like they went and talked to me and they asked about grades and I'm like, So after that, I wanted to really lock in with my stuff, and it was hard to like, you had to get the SAT scores, then you had to get your like GPA up, like your whole GPA for the 4 years. So I'm trying to make up for that. And
because you didn't start taking school really seriously until like junior right when you realized, I have talent and this can go somewhere.
Junior, senior year. So like with that, West Lib was like the first real school to call me. I was and that's
D2, right?
Yeah, D2. I didn't even know who they were. I didn't know nothing. Like for me, I'm just like I told you, whatever gonna happen. Like I know I'm built for college hoops, so I know it's gonna come. I'm getting my hair cut. I get a phone call from West Virginia. They like, oh yeah, this is West Liberty, blah blah blah. We top 3 in the nation every year. This, that, and the third. I'm like, shit, y'all about to have me committed right now because they're winning. Like that winning stuff, that attracts me more than anything else. Rather going D1 or anything else. Like I'm like, I got a chance to go here and get a natty championship, and they were, I think, finished in like the Elite 8 or Final 4 or something that year.
The winning mindset.
Yeah. So like my last thing with that was everything was great throughout my senior year. Like I didn't have to stress about college. Like I could just hoop and do what I want to do. Going into the summer, they called me and was like, yeah, your SAT scores, you missed it by like 4 questions, 4 points or something like that. So like we could keep you academically, or we could redshirt you academically, or like you know what I mean? What do you want to do? And I said, I'm gonna just go down to Florida, Polk State. I had an offer there. That was my only other offer after that. He told Coach Virginik said like, if nothing works out, you know, you got a home down here. And like after I hung that phone up, I'm like, I wasn't even like mad or sad or anything. I'm like,
but there's nothing wrong with redshirting, but you was more on the lines of, I just want to play now.
Yeah, I want to play now. Like I don't want to sit out. I don't think I could at all. Like I'm trying to go, and I felt like that like I feel like God be telling me stuff. And whatever my mood is, like that's how it's supposed to go. And throughout that time, that's what it was like Florida. Like and to go down there, hoop in Florida, be in Florida.
That makes sense. Yeah. It's like you get an experience and you're building up, and it's like, okay, well, since I can't go straight into this program, I can go to this college, make this work, see how it works out, and then move on. But, like, all right, so you go to Polk State. How was that experience for you real quick?
Yeah, it was a junior college. Polk
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like.
It's JUCO, right?
Yep, JUCO.
Yeah.
So you get more options coming out of there. And I knew Dap was, like, down there.
Oh, so y'all played together?
Nah, he left when I got there, though. So, like, I already, as long as I knew there was people I knew of that was there, like, I'm good then, because, like, I could rap with them, see how it's like, and then Troy Simons was down there.
So you played with one of him, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Troy was my roommate, man.
Yeah.
Troy can get a bucket.
Yeah.
Like, he put me on a lot of hoop stuff.
Yeah. Every time someone's up here, we talk about the fact that it's crazy in basketball, but he was nice in baseball, too.
Who, Troy?
Yeah, he was nice in baseball.
Troy's like one of those guys where, like,
athletic.
Anything he picks up, or, like, he doesn't even have to try at it. Like, he just do it. Like, we down there messing with anything. Golf, ping pong. Troy just liked it.
So so were you guys winning? What was that process like? How were you playing down there?
It was hard down there. I'll admit it, because now I go down there like full ride. Baby, stop, please. I go down there full ride. Alfred State Championship. You got to figure the last 2 years I'm like 59-1.
So you're used to winning.
Yeah, winning basketball, winning culture, and like I'm thinking in college, like my whole mindset of it was like everybody working, everybody getting after it, like that. We gonna do this. And I got down there, man, and it was Coach's last year. So, with that being his last year, he didn't like really recruit as strong, because in that conference in Florida, man, they got some killers. They get after it.
Because it's not only people from all over that are coming down to these JUCO schools. So it's like it's tough.
A lot of those guys either in the league or played high D1 somewhere. Because Florida, Kansas, and Texas are like the hotbeds of JUCO. Like they gonna get the guys that's supposed to be D1 or whatever. They just missing a piece. Bless you. So so it was tough. I was only upset about the work ethic and like. There was some cats down there that wasn't in the gym, didn't care about winning and all of that. Like, I cared for real. And
so because that says something of that nature, too. So it wasn't as, like, winning culture as it would normally be at other schools.
Yeah. Like, all my guys there, we were all good. Like, we were locked in and stuff, but it's just the way everything was going, it just wasn't winning in a winning fashion. We lost, like, the first couple games of the season. First half of the season, we were losing
And they were, like, cool with it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was not cool with that shit, man.
I mean, you coming off going to the States. All right, you losing the States. You don't want hell no.
Yeah.
Losing ain't in your category.
I'm pissed in practice, and Coach Virginia was like, all right, everybody, congratulations. Chucky won a state championship. Here's your clap. And I was like, well, who the hell else in here won something? I mean, I'm being for real though. Like, I'm trying to win. Why else are we here?
Because if you want to be honest, getting the States is almost like, of course, I'm not going to try to make the comparison, but it's like damn near like as close as you could get to maybe the JUCO level. But once you go to like D2 and D1, it's like separated.
Yeah. So I'm not saying like the talent and stuff is the same. I'm talking about the process. So. Like cats in the gym, staying that late in the gym, like caring about winning, caring about your man scoring on you and stuff. So like, there was just things like that was going on. And it wasn't like necessarily the players' fault. They 18, 19 years old. They're it was young, just the way it was all set up though. Like we weren't being held accountable for nothing, all of those things. And that didn't attract me anymore. I wasn't liking that. As far as I'm thinking I was going to go to West Lib and be winning and get stuff rocking.
Okay, so after Polk State, you go to, is it Harkum?
Harkum.
All right, my bad.
Nah, you good.
So you went to Harkum. So, all right, then there was one more school after that before you got the IUP, right?
No, it was just Harkum and then IUP.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was Harkum like, and why did you take that step over there?
Yeah, so halfway through the year, I'll give you a good story. Halfway through the year at Polk, I called my high school coach, Coach Nick. Me and him locked in for real. And my coach from Polk happened to call him, and he was like, "Hold on, let me answer the phone real quick. I'm gonna put you on three-way." And like I ain't really say nothing for real. I just want to know how the convo was going. Coach he's saying like, "Yeah, I'm about to retire, so like it's best if Chuck, step out of here because they ain't gonna take care of the hoop program." So like I hear this in January. So like for the rest of the year, I gotta like, put my
Maneuver
big boy
around.
pants on and really start to look at other options. I love Florida to death. Outside of even though I got the hoop down there and everything, I still loved it to death. I mean, February I was going to school in a class in shorts and a tank top or whatever for real. But yeah. So when the season ends, I asked for my release, and coach was like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" I was
like he was shocked.
Yeah. And I'm like looking him dead in his face like, I ain't blow it up, but I'm just like, oh, okay, like I ain't gonna blow anything up here, but I see how you acting now. So it was tough because I was gonna go to another school in Florida, but like he kind of messed that up a little bit. But like I ain't really get mad about it because again, whatever's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. And my coach reached out to Harkum, went out there, took a visit, saw how it was. Now I started to feel the winning culture more. They win a lot more there in their region. And
but when you stepped down there, like no disrespect to the school, but it was always seen like as soon as you touched down there, like as it was going to be a stepping stone. You weren't really planning on.
That's the perfect word for junior college, stepping stone. A lot of kids either they missing something in their game, they missing something in their attitude, or they missing something in their grades, and that's why they go to JUCO to kind of fill in that hole there. And people need that stepping stone. So I always encourage JUCO for anybody.
It's gained some popularity with those new shows on Netflix and stuff like that.
Dude, when my old teammate was on there, he got kicked out of Harkum. Marquise, he was on that Last Chance U show. But yeah, man, I mean, if you like hooping, and the thing is, like, if you want to hoop and no distractions and like you need this to better your game, like people used to look at JUCO like, oh, you're gonna waste 2 years eligibility. Like, no, like it's real live killers in JUCO, like who really gonna try to get a bucket right on your head. And like all the other stuff, like it ain't a big school, so like you just with your teammates every day.
And JUCO's the grind, so it's more gritty down there.
It's gritty, yeah, because everybody's still hungry for that offer. Everybody hungry, so everybody trying to get there as you trying to work in a team facility and all that. No distraction. Like there's not too many girls. Like it's girls and stuff, but like not like with a university.
All right, hold on, because let's say all right. So Harkum experience was just like what was it? It was just like another JUCO. It wasn't anything different for you.
Nah, yeah, it was another JUCO. It was great. Again, all my teammates I ever encountered with, like I tell you could go we could FaceTime right now and talk about the old days because like I love being around my teammates. I love they're really my family for real, like my family away from family. If I'm not gonna be home and I'm spending time with you, like I'm gonna really lock in with you.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
create family outside the family.
Yeah. So and the way Harkum did stuff, now they assistants checking in on classes, like making sure you doing your work. Like they fixed up. I had a bad grade from Polk, and they fixed all that plus more. I got a degree from there. So like Harkum was more so like that was that
serious.
So yeah, okay. I needed to before I go to university.
Okay, and so then after that you go to IUP and it's just like, okay, we back to winning. I'm back on my bully.
Yeah.
And you're doing pretty good up there too. Like, all right, so all right, let's talk about the transition from Harkum to IUP because it's different. One thing you said, there's going to be more parties, more girls, and everyone know IU Patties. So like, talk about it. Like that transition. Was it a cultural shock, or you was just like Harkum got you to the place where you're like, all right, I'm focused. I can have fun, but I'm focused.
Yeah. So Harkum was like that stepping stone for me to actually like now all the stuff they were doing there. I seen it come to play at IUP where I got a study hall and all that. I get out there, Malik. I'm with Malik. Me and Malik played against each other in high school. So
with Malik?
Malik Miller.
Okay.
So me and him played against each other in high school. We played AAU together. So like already I'm locked in with him before I even get there. Like I had offers from every school in the PSAC, and I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna go to IUP. My sister went there, so I'm already familiar. Coach Lombardi, very smart coach. So like I like.
You've been far away from everybody for enough time.
Yeah. And then I like great coaches who like have a philosophy and has wisdom. Like I want to pick their brains and stuff. Like Coach Nick, me and him. That's why me and him so locked in because like he really loved his hoop stuff. As far as IUP though, yeah, the parties and stuff. I'll give you another story, man. We caved our floor in.
You caved the floor in?
So,
wait, was it a public building or like a off public, like campus?
Public.
Oh
my God. No. It was at our apartment.
Oh, so it was off campus, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. So we I get out there and I start like chatting with people, like connected, networking. So the first time I throw a little gig and it was cool. Like we had people there vibing, it's whatever. The next week it was homecoming. I really wasn't putting two and two together. So I told the same people come through and like what happened was one of our teammates was throwing a party too, and he like.
At the same time?
Yeah. So somewhere else. So he like,
okay.
why you gonna throw a party while we throwing a party? I'm like, man, I just told my folks to come through for real. And so like we have our party, then he bring his party over to ours. And we
my God.
We like, whoa, it's getting way too packed. Literally, it only lasted 15 minutes, and guess what was the song that did it? Mo Bamba.
Yeah, man. And now it's probably when it was hype too, so everybody.
Yeah, so we feel the floor bouncing and stuff, and I'm like, man, this ain't right.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, like the song ended, and we just hear crack, like all around in the apartment, like you heard it, and the heads in the crowd like went down a foot or so. So like we kick everybody out. Then next thing you know, we in there like arguing and stuff as teammates and all that. Got in hella trouble, man.
That's all insured. You ain't gotta worry about that. You know all that stuff is insured. All right. So like, what was the difference in gameplay versus? Because now you're at what D2. You're at the D2 level. So what was the gameplay different like?
It was a lot more like Sorry.
No, bro, you're good, bro. Look, to me, bro, it's gonna be perfect on camera. People are gonna love it, bro. I already know, bro. You're good.
Yeah, so it was more technical. Like it was Coach Lombardi, man. He really watches a lot of film. He really like gets after it as far as like the detail, like why they're doing this certain move. When this guy moves this way, it's this play, and like you have to know that to get in the game. Like he's holding us really accountable to really like know our stuff while we're out there. We got like 100 plays. In those 100 plays, there's like other options. Like if he cuts this way, then you got to do that. So like you got.
So you had to memorize this.
Yeah. You got to be accountable off rip coming in there. So like it was faster, stronger, more detail oriented. But I loved it though. I loved every little bit of it. As far as with IUP, the speed and stuff, I mean, all of it was good. But
so you felt like you fit right in.
Yeah. The only problem was after that floor cave, my minutes was down bad because I took the fall for it. Like it was just me for real. And we went and played Kentucky that year. We gave Kentucky some smoke for real. Like we lost, of course, but like the thing is,
no, we understand.
Yeah, the difference is though, like when you see them on TV playing like whoever, they say, oh, they're playing a D2, it's gonna be 100-35. Like, nah, it wasn't like that with us. Like the whole first 3/4 of the game.
People forget that there's hoopers everywhere, and prime example or be the people that you sleep and then they come into the NBA and tear up all those people like Curry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
They slept on him and look at him.
Very bad, yeah.
But go ahead.
But IUP's been playing D1s over the years. Like we played Syracuse just this recent year. Like I ain't playing, I'm done now. But those guys were playing. They were up at halftime, 34-33, like all the way to the end. They played Miami, another good game, wasn't a blowout. We played Elon my senior year, took them to overtime. So like the curriculum IUP got, like it's really like that for real. The only thing different is like the size. You know what I mean?
So you won there, right? You guys won there.
Yeah.
You won national.
We won the PSACs my junior year at IUP, and then senior year we won PSACs, but then COVID happened right after that, man.
Oh, so if you weren't able to go further.
Man, we were on fire. On fire, man. Okay. We blew through every team in the PSAC, won by like 17 plus, and like we looking at the regionals like, oh, it's pretty much the same teams, and we like, oh, bring them. Let's like we want all the smoke. We good for real.
All right, so after that IUP, you leave there with a degree, or did you?
Yeah.
So you left with 2 degrees, right?
Yep, 2 degrees, and like again, when we talk about from the beginning how I got held back and stuff, like. You know, that means something to me because, like, it was a long time, you know, throughout your school years, people looking at you like you dumb, you're not going to be successful and stuff. Like, I took my bullets throughout that time, but, like, in my head, I'm like, nah, in the long run, it's going to pay off. Like, I'm going to do more. I'm going to do better. So now, like, I sit here with 2 degrees from there. And, like, that means something personal to me coming from that to this, you know. It may not mean nothing to no one else, but to me, man, that's everything.
All right, so let's go moving on. After this, you graduate from IUP. Is it straight to overseas? Is it talks about overseas? Like, did you enter the draft? Like, what was going on after that?
COVID, man. COVID was bad.
That messed everything up.
COVID messed the season up. Again, so, like, when we talk about the stats again, you know, me, I'm averaging, like, 8, 5, and 5 or whatever. So, like, I know over in Europe, they want accolades. They want to see you either averaging 20-something a game or, like, you got championships to back that up. So like we got the PSAC, man. I wanted that natty, and like after that, I was gonna be rolling right off of that from the natty. So
it was never G League or like what was the plan?
It was hard to do anything. Like everything was shut down.
Yeah, I know it was terrible.
So with COVID, and the only thing I was leaning off of was like my resume, my highlights. Like you see, I'm athletic. You see, I average. You see my averages and stuff, but like I do this every game. It may seem like 8 and
but
7.
Even if you're like averaging those type of numbers, if they see you perform on like the biggest stage, it always might give you a bonus. Like yeah.
So all throughout that 2020 year, like it was tough, man. Like I was broke down, like all that, because COVID happened. All my teammates went home. Like I stay out at IUP because like for me, I could have went back to Quip, but like. What am I gonna get out of staying in Quip for real? Like nothing.
It's like going backwards, kinda.
Yeah,
it would be different if you're already doing something, then you come back.
Yeah, exactly. Like I felt like I'd really go backwards, staying back home and stuff, and getting into the wrong things, and I ain't want to get into that. So that's when I started the training, doing that, like my passion for kids and stuff, all throughout 2020. Then like I find out I'm having a kid, and things just get revved up even more. Where I'm like, man, like. Excuse me. Things just revved up where it's like I don't know like where I'm at in life, but like just keep doing the right stuff and things will work out. Portugal ended up calling me.
All right, that's where we're that's how you got it. They called
Portugal called in like November, and like I tell them like, yeah, I'm having a kid, so like I don't know if I could really do this anymore, because for me, my dream. I lived in the projects all my life, and like I wanted to make it over in pro, overseas, whatever it was.
Just touch the pro level,
Yeah, touch the pro level. All my hard work, all the sacrifice, and now like I'm at this point where I gotta make a choice: do I stay, do I go? And just looking at it all in all, I just told him, look, I'm gonna have my kid, and then I'll go out there, and then like from there, you know, we'll do a season, and like I don't know how I'm gonna feel after that. Because I don't want to be away from my kid anymore. Like all that time matters. Like
it was a matter of like, let me do this now while she's young, and like it's basically all her mother's anyway. And let me just get my dream out, my love, at least for 1 year.
Yeah, and on top of that, like it was for her. So like, I told myself, all right, I'm gonna go over here, put my year in, and like do what I need to do.
Hold on. Yeah. Because what I seen from that first game, you can tell damn well. He got on that court. It was like, y'all want me over. I ain't playing with nobody. No. You was doing everything. So what was it? Was it like I was
locked in, man.
Okay,
like, It was real. Like I just had her, and then a week later I'm on a plane and going to Europe. So like I've had like that life-changing experience of having her, then a life-changing experience of going over in Europe. So, like, I already said I'm locked in because it's all going to be for her. Like, if I'm going to sacrifice and, like, stuff with my kid.
You got to.
Ain't no other way. So, like, I'm over there by myself. And, like, things happen over there where COVID happened. The second day I get over there, they say they get hit with COVID. So, for 4 months, I'm on lockdown again. Like, I'm like.
But you're under contract, so they still have to pay you, correct?
Yeah, which is cool and all, but like I can't go to no gym.
And you could have been spending that time with
and then came back man. It's 2 days as soon as I get off the plane. So like, all right, Chuck. Like I had these moments where I talk to myself, like, all right, Chuck. Like, yeah, your situation bad. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? But lock in. Like, let's do it. Like I'm out there working out, whatever I can work out with. I can't go to a gym. Like I'm taking cold showers. I'm like. Manifesting, meditation, like locking in on all those type of ways where I'm just like, you know, I eat right. I'm vegan. I don't eat meat. So like, I just felt different out there. Like I felt like I was really on a mission and on my.
So though you could say those 4 months were kind of a blessing too, in a sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So like people be like, oh man, you got hit with COVID out there. That's. I'm like, man, it was a blessing. I mean, for me, it was a 4-month vacation in Portugal, and like I really got to reflect on myself and. In my life and how I want to do stuff for real. So
you step on the court, like I said, first game you killed them. So was that that was after COVID hit that situation after the 4 months? Okay, so what was the level of play like there? Did you enjoy yourself and are you still doing that or what's going on with that?
Yeah, so I enjoyed it all. I mean, I was out there getting to it, man. Like I was just kill. That was my only mode, kill. And that's what we talk about where now I'm over there. I really don't. I can do me. Like I can score the ball how I want and not be like just that star role player, if that makes sense, sort of.
No, you was like, bro,
Give
for
me
the
that.
corner. He is like, yeah. I was like, you better. I was like,
And
all
when
right,
you
better.
over there, you the only American. So now, like,
they want to give you the ball.
Yeah. So like, not even that. It's like, it's different because you the only one over there type shit. So
Like, you gotta explain it. I've never been, so you gotta explain it to
so
me.
like, usually like when someone foreign come over here, like when you're in college, like sometimes they left out. They don't really talk to them as much, or they pick on them, or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna say that happened to me out there, but like I'm not in the norm of them. I'm like, they got their cliques and stuff out
You're kind
there.
of like an outsider here.
Yeah. So like for me, I'm cool with like being whatever. Like I'm gonna just do me regardless. I don't need to like really rock with whoever. Like it was a couple real ones that like I was, you know what I mean. But there was like certain groups and stuff. And like honestly, like if people watch the actual film, like I was like the 5th option on that team as far as scoring wise. They would run the play for A, B, C, D, and then after that, I get the ball. But like when I got it,
You just made sure.
I ain't getting that shit back. Like I'm doing something with it, man. I've been sitting here waiting this whole time, man. I'm out here like I'm not out here to play, man.
Yeah, get that shit.
For real, man.
All right, okay. So how many seasons do you do with them? And what was the outside? Well, you say you were meditating instead, and so it wasn't
Yeah.
really an outside life there. All right, so you played one season there, or did you go no?
Yeah, so I did one season. They wanted me to come back. They didn't even want me to go back home. I'm like, nah, man, I gotta go get back to my kid for real. And then I got offered in like 2 other places as well. But like for me again, it wasn't about the money. Like because I got offered something good for real, but like it wasn't about that. Like I figured whatever it is, but as long as I'm with her, you know, that's what it's about. Like I already told myself I'll drop this ball right now and never pick it up again. Like I'm cool. Like I've done. Like I don't gotta be NBA or anything for me. Like
You touched it, bro. I be telling people don't be understanding.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, I've just been overseas. I be like, bro, are y'all dumb? Like, there's people that get injured, don't get to touch no type of pro. There's people that don't leave their city, don't get to touch no type of pro.
Yeah.
And you guys are going overseas and doing it. Like, it takes talent to go to pro at any level. Like, Luka played overseas. Like, and look how that, like, people just kind
they
of.
taking over the NBA. For
That's
real.
what I'm saying.
Look,
Jokic, all of
Jokic,
them.
3-time MVP. Giannis.
And what's the new tall dude? The
Wemby, yeah.
So like y'all better stop sleeping on them. That's why USA going to stop losing again.
Yeah, so look, I'm over there and I'm seeing the type of stuff they got going on with the kids. So like they got curriculum and stuff. They got training and stuff. Like they got all that stuff for the kids going. It like there's clubs over there. And those kids, when they reach about 12 years old, they could play with grown men. Like Luka. Luka was like 12 playing with like
Kobe too, early.
Yeah, Kobe.
He was
over
like
there.
8 though, or some
Yeah,
wild
out
shit.
there with
yeah.
grown men.
I don't know if I believe that, but then I seen the picture and I was like, I guess I can't not believe
Yeah,
it.
because his pops was over there, like,
Yeah.
and Luka, like 16, playing with NBA guys, like that experience matters as far as like with a kid. So like they're more developed over there. You got now over here because I got my training business here. Like I'm seeing it where no one's like making it a big deal to like hoop against the best, be around the best, train them to be the best and stuff. It's just kind of like roll the ball out or whoever can volunteer. And there's nothing wrong with volunteers, but it's just like that's what's there to help these kids. Where over in Europe, they got people who really putting time and effort into this stuff. So like I see that over there for them.
And if you're playing with pros from the beginning, even if they're beating on you, at some point you get used to the tussle.
Yeah.
Your body's gonna build up over time, and then you just get more used, and it just comes easy.
Exactly.
Like the game comes easy to you for sure. Okay. Because like you said, you have your training business. So you come back from overseas, you're like, I'm going to be with my daughter. This is my main focus now. So there's never been any thought of your mind that maybe you want to go back overseas when she may reach a certain age?
No doubt at all. Like, no, I haven't even second. Like, I got emails and stuff. My agent hit me, and, like, I read it, and then I just go on about my day for real. I don't even second guess it because, again, like I'm humble. Like I know. Like yeah, it wasn't supposed to be NBA or nothing, but like I've done it. Like I lived in the projects. I was poor. Like I ain't had the best clothes or nothing. Like I come from nothing. So for me to get a full scholarship, I'm thankful for that. For me to get a full scholarship at another school, like to do my 4 years and get to 2 degrees out of that, like that's the dream for me. Like it's kids who like in the hood who like don't even know how to get to that yet. You know, they don't even realize they talent that can get them that, you know, and that's just like that's how a lot of my peers like we growing up and stuff, or like I'm young and I'm seeing great athletes and stuff, like, because in Quip, you got killers in football all the time. And like we used to look up to them playing football and stuff. But then like after they graduate, I would love to see them go to college, go to pros, like Revis. Like because the history in Quip, we the only high school to have the most Hall of Famers ever in the NFL. But like there's so much more talent that came out of there that people don't know about. And it used to be like disappointing to like see them do their thing and then afterwards they on the corner like not embracing it and stuff like that.
It's hard to see great athletes become regular people.
It gets hard. So like for me, I always told myself like I can't let that happen at all. It's probably gonna be some kid watching me want to see how I go about it. And that
but you're a little bit different. You kind of quit it. You didn't really like. You quit it for. No, I'm not saying quit it, but you quit it in for a good reason.
Yeah.
So other people just don't get that opportunity at all, and you're saying there's still people hitting you to this day. So it's kind. Your situation may be a little different though.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool though. Like I feel like my genuine energy though. Like you can see, I still got more stuff going on. Like
So let's talk about the training business. Not to cut you off. Let's like kind of segue over into the training business, because now I realize, and I love it when the athletes that have done so much, and like you guys, the first thing you do is like, okay, some people have different. Some people be like, I want to play, but I know I don't really want to play. Some people are like, nah. But one thing I will see that brings your guys like the same joy that you had playing is like giving back and working with the youth, because it's just like it clicks for you guys. It's like, oh, I remember everything I had to go through. I remember all the stuff I didn't get told. Oh, y'all about to be winners because I know everything now. Is that why you started your training business?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I've always been with kids, like even high school going out, like we would have events for kids. I threw a bunch of camps, clinics for kids, high school, college, all of that. So I knew that was my passion.
Oh, high school. So you don't limit anybody.
Yeah. No. When I was a senior in high school, I ran like a clinic for the young ones.
Oh, okay, early on.
Something like that.
Okay.
So like I knew that was my passion already, to inspire them. Then I'm looking like, all right, my resume, like I got a good resume as far as winning wise and stuff, so that'll back it up. And then like the energy around kids, like we just always click and connect for real. Like I feel like I'm a big kid myself, so hopefully I could give them guidance. And with my training stuff, I mean, mentorship is like the first main priority more than anything. Like I even tell the parents, like, this is a safe zone. We create a safe zone for that kid first. Then we push them. Then we, you know what I mean? Then we do what we got to do.
They got to be comfortable with you first.
Yeah, make them comfortable with you. Because, you know, like, kids' life, we say kids' life is easy, but, like, it's easy and it's hard, too. Because, like, you got to figure they only 8 years old. They ain't got a crossover figured out. They ain't got how to win a basketball game figured out. And, like, they go to these games, their parents yelling at them, coaches yelling at them. You know what I mean? So, like, that stuff, that's pressure to a kid. I mean, you know, just for some perspective. And that's
getting yelled at for, like, 8 years straight.
Yeah. They get tired of it. They quit. They don't want to play no more. Or they just get numb to it, and they don't even care. So, like, that ain't how we really do stuff, where it's not yelling. We just instruct them. We're not, like, why would I yell at a kid in the game to do something that I ain't work on them with 100 times before? So
do you have an actual gym, or you rent out a spot and then you work at it?
I rent out a spot. Just find gyms that I can. You know, hopefully one day I would like to build a gym. My aspirations is to build a gym, call it the Emersyn Hoop House, and we'll just provide all types of things for kids.
You don't see as many local gyms like as you would see back in the day, more or less.
Yeah.
Those Planet Fitnesses in LA, they kind of took over.
Yeah, for sure. And like a lot of kids aren't hooping. Like, come on, like when we was little, you go to any basketball court, bro, it's runs there.
The weakest people hooping, bro.
Yeah,
it don't matter who you is, you hooping.
And it's like, if you lose, you might not get back on the court. Yeah. So you gotta win.
Unless you one of them Himothy. You would definitely end up picked up 3 games straight to the point where you're like, no, I want to break.
Yeah.
So, but no, I definitely do know how it is. So, as far as with the training, so you said there is no limit on the age. It's like you try to work with focus on college and high school is your main there.
No, it starts little kids.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we go.
And it's not specific to one sport. It's just like working out, period.
Yeah, it is hoops. It's mainly hoops. We do
mainly hoops. Okay.
Yeah, we do strength and conditioning as well, but it's for all kids. Like whenever she gets older, if she wants to hoop, like it's gonna be real good for whoever, any kids around her age. Because like I want
these girls is getting nice, bro.
Yeah.
And the people ain't even noticing it.
if you want to talk, I love women's hoops more than men's hoops.
I'm not hip. I know a little bit of like, Candace Parker, Swing Cash, but that's only because those are big names, so I went to go watch them. So yeah.
I mean, when you look at women's hoops, like as far as if anyone's a real basketball fan, like that's real basketball. So like for me, I love basketball, so I can watch women's games because they actually play it. Now, as far as the average person, they like men's games because they're big,
flashy,
frolicky, Giannis running full court, dunking, those are highlights in the glam, and there's nothing wrong with that because that's part of my game too.
Fundamentals have left the game. That's why I love Kyrie. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of and people disrespect women's hoops, but it's like they're actually hooping though. Like you can't get mad at them for that. Like they're the ones really hooping. Mm-hmm. It's just like LeBron 6'9", 250. Hooping too though, like there's a difference in that. And then and then some of those players were supposed to be playing football, so now that you got this big person jumping up in the sky with you might get a little scared. Okay, there's one thing I just peeped on my list. I'm gonna jump back and then we're gonna dive into personal life and family and stuff. What the hell happened with the borrowed jerseys thing? Because I see you sent me that, so I just had to go back. So what happened with that? Explain that story. Look, that was my junior year. So and then I'll give you another story after that. Remind me.
Okay.
So we going to Edinburgh, and we doing our pregame.
It was at Edinburgh too.
Yeah.
Is that a rivalry?
Kind of PSAC. So we do our pre-practice, our pregame practice. It's like for an hour or so. And then after that, coach is like real big on, let's go. We got to go. You got 10 minutes. So everybody rushing and getting their stuff. And we drive. So it's like 3 hours up to Edinburgh. We get up there. We start to get changed. And I'm BSing. Like, I'm like, oh, we ain't got no jerseys. Swear to God, bro. And like 5 minutes later, the managers start looking like I'm seeing them sweat. The assistant coaches were sweating. I'm like, yo, what's going on? They like, oh, we really ain't got no jerseys. So everybody's scared to, tell coach, but we tell coach and he was chill about it. We was just trying to figure we was about to, the girls was playing before us. We almost had to wear they used jerseys and shorts.
Hell no.
And then luckily Edinburgh slid us some old jerseys.
So y'all was hooping in the hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
What was that like? That wasn't demeaning? It was just like, it's time to hoop.
It's time to hoop. We won by 40, so.
In they jerseys. 40 in they jerseys is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's OD disrespectful to beat a nigga in his hand-me-downs, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Only thing, one of my mans go to Edinburgh, so he was at the game watching.
He was clowning.
Yeah, he pulled the phone out, laughing and stuff. I was laughing with him, but I'm like, all right, see me after the game, though.
You took that L in they own jerseys. Okay, so you talked about it. Let's segue over. You talked about a little bit about it growing up in Allequippa, but right, Allequippa?
Yeah.
Tell me about the experience you had. What was it like? Any funny stories? Anything you had that talk about parents, family, all of that?
As far as funny, I mean the times me and my guys had in the locker room at Quip, the whole journey of that, we worked hard as hell to be 59-1, win a state championship. But,
you went 30-0 the one year.
Senior year, okay. We went 30-0. So it was a grind, but we found good fun times throughout that. Where wait, before we get in that, I meant to tell you the other story.
The other story. Okay.
So that happened, but the week before, we playing up at Gannon, which is up at Erie, right? And I think, I don't know if I sent you the video or not, but I'm getting some tick, I'm playing, I'm hooping, I get a bucket, then I get a block, come down, get another bucket.
And you punched the dude?
Yeah.
No, I did see that shit. Okay, so I was confused at first. I'm rewatching. I'm like, why did he send this to me? I keep watching it, and I'm like, wait, why is that guy dropping? And I'm thinking he's just dropping maybe a stomach hurt. Then I keep replaying it, and I see you scored a bucket and you swing, but it doesn't look like you hit him. It kind of looked like you just got a hit with air or something and just dropped. So was he flopping? What was the story?
Nah, so I'm hooping and then I get a reverse tip dunk. I ain't never did that in the game. I don't know who I was.
It's one of those moments where you
So I do that. I dunk and then I look. My bench is right there. All my guys up. Yeah. So I'm hyped too for real. I'm trying to get the game going, and I just throw my fist let's go. And I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel my adrenaline.
Yeah, I knew it as soon as he said it.
Adrenaline was going. So all that stuff, I'm running down court as you see on the film. And I turn around, he on the floor. I'm like, yo, what happened? They yo, you just punched him. What you mean? Now the only thing I'll say was throughout that game, I need to pull that film up and find it. They got, if you look at those guards, man, they got some brolicky guards, like strong for like football players. Every time we get back on defense, because in college, like, you got to sprint back. Ain't no jog back. You got to get your ass back. I'm trying to get back a couple times in the game, and they, like, right there. So I'm running into them, boom, getting hit. Like,
not paying attention.
Not paying attention. And that happened the same thing there. Like, I ain't do it on purpose, but they was, like, in my way, and I just happened to swing.
You swung way before he was even close to you. It seemed like when you went like this, he was like just running like kind of past you or something.
Yeah.
It didn't look intentional, bro.
Nah, it wasn't at all. Only thing was after that, like, I ain't play the rest of the game. I ain't get in trouble or anything, but coach was like, nah,
like,
you just
gonna risk it. Yeah. It would have been too risky. All right, now let's go back a little bit. So father, mother, siblings, any of that?
Yeah. So my dad, Chucky Humphreys, that was his name. My mom, Terry, my brothers and sisters. So so basically I'm the only child between my mom and dad. My mom had my sister. Yeah, my mom had my sister Sam, and then my dad had Whitney and Goose before me. And then, like, I come along, so I'm the baby, like, getting picked on and stuff. So.
Your height come from your dad?
I mean, he was about 5'10", 6 foot, maybe.
How tall was your mom?
5'6", 5'7".
Man, God said here, let me just bless you a little bit.
Yeah, either that or I need to take another DNA test or something.
All right, bad. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But so it wasn't the easiest, like, as far as family wise, cause, like,
you said it was a little bit of the projects, yeah, right?
Yeah. So we was in the projects. My mom and dad separate, but, like, was, like, still together or whatever. So, like, you know, they never really brought me in the mix of any of that drama. Like, they always kept me busy with sports. So, like, I ain't really understand none of
there's
that
no
stuff.
really off.
I seen it, but, like, it didn't really seem off or, like, too bad. But I mean, Limar Terrace, that's where I'm from. Like, growing up there in the early 2000s, like, it was hot. Like, hot, man. Yeah, drive-bys, like, every weekend, every week. We playing football. And, like, we playing football here, like, right over here where all the action going on. Drive-bys and stuff happening, stabbings or whatever, people getting jumped.
No, it'd be bad in the Jets.
Yeah.
Any Jets.
Yeah. So,
anywhere.
Like, yeah, for real. So, like, we trying to just, you know, play sports and stuff, but as you grow up, now your peers start to fall, because that's all around. That's all that's provided to you. So your peers start falling into that, and like that stuff start becoming the norm. Like, I try to keep my head out of that, and that's what I'm thankful.
Sports will always keep you out of that, especially in basketball, because it's like people don't understand. There's always basketball's kind of an all around the year thing. It's like if you're not in the AAU, you're in the summer league. If you're not in the summer league, you're in your school league. Like, so it's just all year round. And then most people play other sports or do, like they've been just saying, some people that were just here, they did cross country to stay fit. So if you're in sports, it's easy to stay out the hood.
Just stay out of trouble. But even still, like, because you in the hood, it's wrong time, wrong place, anytime. Like, because that's just that's the pit of it. Like, that's where it happens.
No, you're right, and it could be somebody walking past you.
Yeah. The only thing, like, you know, I'm thankful for my dad and for the time, like, I've had him throughout my life, because his influence while I was growing up was, like, that was the difference maker, I believe. A lot of my friends didn't have their fathers in their life for that structure. And I realized that's where a lot of my structure came from, was, like, my dad being around. And then my dad ain't play no bullshit either. Like,
so he was strict.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, everybody knew, like, Chucky, you know your dad beat your ass, man.
That's good, though. Look at you now, though. It'd be like, at the time, you'd be like, but now you'd be like, oh, thank God.
then the other kids were scared of him, too, in the hood. Like, I don't know why, but, like, my dad, like, not scared, but everybody respected
It's like
him.
a fair respect thing, because, like, you're one of the only dads probably or something of that nature.
Yeah. Like, oh, don't do that in Mr. Chucky's yard. Like, I used to hear all that stuff. And then, like that, like, my OGs and stuff, like my family, my older cousins and uncles, like, they was a little bit into that, and the OGs just around the way, like, they know what's going on, they hip, and, like, they never, like, let me be around any of that. Like, nah, Chuck, go hoop.
You were secluded from that.
Yeah, go hoop, Chuck. Like, you don't need to be out here. It's somebody out there working right now. And I would, like, other people may BS with that, but I took that to heart, though, and, like, I'm thankful for it. That's why they say it's a village. Like, it take a village to make somebody.
They want to make sure at least you get at least 1 to 2 or 3, and that's sad that you have to limit down to those minimums and then have hundreds that aren't. But
but like, so like I'm thankful for a lot. Like my OGs, my pops, my family, like they all just like they wasn't encouraging me to do the bullshit. Like they was encouraging me to, and that's all it took for me. It wasn't like they told me, oh, work on this move, work on that move. Like. Nah, man, just don't hang out here. Like, go to the court, go to the hoop court.
No, you gotta respect that for sure. All right, let's get into it. All right, high school, you playing basketball this time. What your dating life was like throughout this whole time? Like,
man.
Cause come on, was you single? Was you in a relationship? Like, you're good. Don't worry about it, bro. You're good. Like, what was it like?
Oh, you about to have me in the hot seat.
You don't even gotta be like. You could just sum it up. Like, if you were in a relationship before or not.
So, like, for real, like I said, like, throughout high school, I ain't have a girlfriend. I barely had a phone. I couldn't even afford a phone. But when I got a phone.
It was up there.
It was, yeah. So, like, I really never thought to chase girls and nothing. Like, I was really locked in on hoops. As I started getting better in hoops, like, and I had, like, a phone.
So, you weren't worried about girls at all?
It was a weird setting. I'm going to try to explain it because I was hooping, and like the girl, like it was a couple here and there, like coming around and stuff, but like it was old heads for real.
No, that's how it works.
Yeah. So like
the young ones are too scared, and the old ones know what you gonna be, so they on you. Yeah, like, that's how it works. Yeah.
So like whenever I did have a phone, like I was getting active for a little bit, but then I'm like, nah, like this too much. Like I'm hooping. Yeah, I'm focused on hooping. I ain't really get a girlfriend till in the junior year, going into senior year, and she ain't even live close. She lived like an hour or so away, But when we talk about like when I got held back and stuff, so I think like again, we old now. I don't care, but like I get it for what it was. I feel like I ain't really even put myself out there like that to mess with a shorty in my school or whatever, because like they probably was saying like, oh, he got held back or whatever, and I wasn't really focused on that.
And that's crazy. That's what you think, and all they thinking is, hey, he's a hooper. That's all they. That's all they thought. I'm just being honest. Yeah. That's what they thinking. So none in college, no relationships.
So in college, I go down to Florida and like
there ain't no way. I've been to Florida, bro. I've been in Miami, and you was talking about that morning weather be like 60. You be out there like, gosh, damn.
Yeah. No, you're right. Florida was crazy. I mean, it was a bunch of women everywhere from different ethnicities. So like, I ain't never really seen a Puerto Rican, like talk to a Puerto Rican.
They be 50 bad.
Yeah. I ain't really talked to like a girl from I don't want to say it.
Haiti,
yeah.
Zoe's the males, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So like I ain't really. It's so many ethnicities down there and stuff, and like I'm just like, wow, like this is lit for real. But yeah, it was a bunch of women. I dated a girl from Puerto Rico my year down there in Florida. But like that was about it.
I was going to put a stereotype, but I didn't want to do that. My fault. You ain't get stabbed though.
Nah. So like people, that stereotype.
Not the
is
stereotype,
crazy.
y'all. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Nah, like her whole family, like they all chill,
they
cool.
cook. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I was eating good down there.
And at that time, you weren't vegan yet, so you
only thing I gave up was pork at that time.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that the stereotype though. Nah, her whole family was cool. Like she was cool. It was never like nothing crazy at all, for real. And even like the other Puerto Ricans I encountered down there, maybe it's just like a Puerto Rican in the hood or something. Like then I can see.
Yeah.
Then I can see.
You might want to leave his niece alone.
Yeah.
Okay. How did that change your life? There we go. I'll be able to perfect.
Yeah, it was life changing for sure. I mean, so cause she was down in North Carolina whenever. Was about to have her. I ain't never take a road trip. So like I go down there and for a minute like I stay in a hotel for like a night or two, and then I'm like, man, I'm spending too much money here. Like I ended up like sleeping in the car for 2 weeks, waiting for her to be born. But like, it is what it is. And like my message to any father out there, any about to be father or parent, like the stress is worth it. Like whatever you scared of, whatever you thinking like, oh, it ain't gonna work, like stick to it. Like whatever you stressing about, like let that stress happen, but like just think 5 years from now, 2 years from now, you gonna be way further ahead than what you is then. And like, and that's what I was thinking throughout my time. I'm sleeping in a car in North Carolina for real, And I'm just like, man, this shit suck. Like,
you said when you told me that you were going to bring your daughter, you I don't know why you thought I would say no. It's like, no, I absolutely bring her, because you don't. I was like, I know on camera will look good, but not only that, it's just a simple fact that maybe people need to see that, like, y'all got to stop pushing the deadbeat narrative, because then there's dads like you're bringing your daughter to the pod to do an interview. If that doesn't exhibit grind right there. Like,
oh yeah, she everywhere with me. I mean,
exactly.
we do tournaments.
He's sitting here opening the fruit stacks. I'm trying not to laugh and giggle and be serious, and I'm like, Dad, you're a real dad. Okay.
Yeah, there's no embarrassment in it. I mean, like this is.
So is it fun?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like everything's worth it. Like whatever you got to do, whatever you got to spend, like whatever you got to do, like it's worth it. Like end of the day, it's worth it. Don't even second think about it. Like I just put myself in that mindset. Like. Quitting hoops, like that was the first big thing there. It's worth it.
Would you have kept hooping if you didn't have a daughter?
For sure. Yeah, I wouldn't even be.
You'd have just stayed over there.
Yeah, for sure. I'd have been traveling, all of that. Like I wouldn't even be back here probably at all.
No, I respect it. Okay, so you've built a family that you have, and you're working with it. But one thing I want to know is like, because of course you don't want to push a sport on your kid.
Yeah.
But if you're going to introduce her to a sport, it is going to be basketball.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Are you going to put her in all the leagues and everything you did? Or is it going to be more of like, you're going to let her choose?
I'm going to let her choose. So like, I ain't really.
But you're going to put the idea there, though.
Yeah. So like, to give it perspective, like this, she's 2. She's only had 2 years of living life and experiencing it. So like, if she's with dad, and dad's like at the hoop tournaments training
naturally
kids. This is the normal. This is
even if it's coaching.
Yeah. Like I got pictures of her like where I got my vest and I put her in a little pouch and I'm like out there coaching and stuff. And that's where it is. And like I give her toys and stuff, Minnie Mouse. Like we still do. I don't want to overdo it. Like we go to war. Only thing we go to war about is like when we're home, because like I let her watch other stuff like Pokemon and whatnot, some music. Like I put her on some old school stuff. But like I guess our deal breaker is like no more basketball at home, because she will not watch any, like here and there she does, but she don't watch no NBA. As soon as I put it on, she throw a fit. And I'm like, all right, I guess. Like,
so what, you got to watch it on your phone while she's
yeah, man. Or I just suck it up and
it's just so many sacrifices, like the little sacrifices you have to make.
Yeah. Like today I'm like, all right, it's Daddy's birthday. Can we watch ball, please? Can we watch? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell. Happy birthday too.
Yeah,
but when I drop this, it's gonna be way after that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So all right. So on your so today's your birthday, and you was like, this is how I want to spend it. Well, we were supposed to record yesterday. So what were you going to do today?
Nothing, man. Just chill. I mean, like.
That's how it is when you older. It's like, this is another
now
day.
I'm 4 years away from 30. Like I don't.
Oh, you're 26?
Yeah.
You're young for real. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm 26 too though.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I thought you were like more like 30-ish. Okay. Yeah.
I ain't never been told that.
But no, the only reason I said that is because when I do the math, you got to think about it. I'm thinking, okay, now that I know that those schools were JUCO, I didn't know that Harkum was JUCO.
Yeah.
How I was thinking it was you did 2, 1, then 1. But you did what? 1, 1, 2.
Yep.
So you get why I might have think you were around like maybe like a little bit more in the 30 range, because then after that you go overseas. So that's how my math is, like mathing for the 30th. Yeah, my bad, bro.
Good.
But yeah. So
my birthday. Yeah, I mean, I'm just chilling, man. I got a bunch of stuff. Like we got AAU going for.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Do you coach?
Yeah. Okay. I coach
AAU.
This is our first year with AAU, and man, like I didn't even make any announcements. I was just gonna do like 1, maybe 2 teams, and then like next thing you know, a couple other guys from around the way. Oh, we got some kids. Like let's get them going now. And like in my head, it's like, man, that's gonna be a lot, you know. But then also like these are kids that want an opportunity. So like, who am I to like? I'm not gonna tell a kid no. You know, I'll figure it out. Whether you know what I mean, because I'm in the gym, like, and I want to be that example to them. Like, we always in the gym.
You can always
working.
find people to do stuff.
Yeah. So like now we got 4 teams, potentially 5. We're gonna have a couple.
What
tournaments
is
here.
the teams?
6th grade girls. We're gonna call it Emersyn Elite. 6th grade girls, 6th grade boys.
That's your daughter's name.
Yeah.
Oh, so Everything is named after. Oh,
yeah, see, and that catches everybody, bro. Like no one, because like I don't really.
Because I seen it in your bio, but then I seen it and I was like,
the training page.
Yeah, that's okay. Gotcha.
So like, that throw a lot of people off because like I'm really detailed about how I do stuff. I don't want to overdo like showing her off and stuff like that. It ain't about that. Like Emersyn Fundamentals is just like I'm in a co-parenting situation, so. You know, and I'm doing that as healthy as possible. And so when I don't spend time with her, like I want to do like there's some I need another passion. I need to do something, and that's why I named my training after my daughter. It's like if I'm not spending time with her, I'm putting my passion towards something that I really care about for her, even if she hoops or not. It's just for her, regardless. You know, and that's my motivation like every day because hoops is my passion, and inspiring the kids is my passion too.
You respect that, and I appreciate everyone that gives back to the kids. That's one thing we definitely got to do, okay? Let's get into some barbershop talk.
Okay. Because
I need to go viral. So, all right, you seen me and Dap talk about it. So what's the situation? LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, and I know it's sad to say, but I have to leave Kobe out of the LeBron Jordan talk now. It's just we're not able to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You just gotta admit it at some point. When it was Jordan and Kobe, there was debate there. Now LeBron is just no debate. Talk about it. So what's your views on this?
So I'm a LeBron fan. Like
we
so
go.
No.
Okay,
Wait. I said that the wrong way. I said that wrong because I'm gonna throw you off here.
I was a LeBron after Kobe.
I always been Kobe fan. Like Kobe's my number one.
But once he retired.
And even when he retired, though, like I've always I love LeBron's game. He's all around basketball player. Like honestly, I probably watched more LeBron highlights than Kobe, and like how I play.
Kobe's 30 is just way more exciting than LeBron's 30. I'm sorry.
LeBron does every little I respect that. I like that of him on the court. So like I tried to be like that on the court for real, where I'm just doing a little bit of everything. So like I like Bron's game. I think the only problem is his fan base, man. They let me ask you. Let me ask you this: have you ever heard a LeBron fan say, "Oh, you know what, I was wrong," or "You know what, yeah, like it wasn't LeBron's night"? Have you ever heard a LeBron fan like admit that they were wrong?
No, he don't really have a lot of off nights stuff.
No, okay, yeah. All right, so I was wrong.
Look, I'm really thinking throughout the years of like. When an off night, it looks for like LeBron, and an off night for LeBron is 15, 10, and 5.
Yeah,
so it's like I don't know.
So like what I'm saying is in these debates and stuff, they never they fans just never be wrong or they never give credit nowhere else. Like,
nowhere else. Okay.
So like that's the thing. I just don't. The debate talk of sports is like cool. Like I'm cool with that. But the thing is, like, when you gotta trash someone else's legacy to get your point across,
the comparisons.
I don't really try to fall into that stuff. Like, so like his fan base, like they calling Jordan trash. How? Like, why are you calling that man trash? You don't have to do that to, like, LeBron's great. He's a GOAT. All you Bron fans, Bron is a GOAT. Like, he's, like, you know what I mean? I don't really do, like, 1, 2 or whatever. Like, it's just, like, if you're up there, you're up there. And my thing is, like, why Kobe got to be trash for Bron to be great? Why?
No, my thing is Kobe not even be in the top 5. It's like, at this point, it's like all the Lakers should be top 5 because I'm thinking, like, if I have to go, I'm going LeBron. Now I had this, and this is all off preference. LeBron, Jordan, Kobe. Then I'm gonna go probably Kareem, and then Kareem, Shaq. I mean, I know it's not a good list, but I want to make everybody I think is up there. It's like, how can you leave Wilt out? Well, I didn't see Wilt play. You know what I mean?
You ain't wrong for that at all. So like, like I don't even try to think of like it's hard for me to do that. So, like, I appreciate the greatness more than compare.
No. Look, because we're coming to the end. I have to wrap this up. I need you to give me a top 5.
Okay.
All right, give me top 5 hoopers for Pittsburgh outside of the people that you play with. And then, like, I'm saying, like, on your state team. Okay. Because that's not fair. We'll give a top 5. And then you give me a top 5 NBA to wrap it up.
So, top 5, like, high school hoopers that I hooped with?
Yeah.
Or just all in general?
Just like all, but don't give a bunch of the players that you played with on your state team. You get what I'm saying? Because that's not fair.
Yeah. So Jasir Jordan, Stephon McGinnis. So what? That's 2. We're going for 5, right? Shondale Jones. As far as with high school,
Two more.
Braun Hartfield. Braun was like that, man. And I know I'm missing some guys.
And this is going to be a shout out to all of them. They're going to be happy to see this.
Yeah. No, them my folks for real. Mm-hmm. I said Malik already. Mm-hmm. Trying to think of that. I know I'm missing some guys, man. But for that last one, I'd have to say throughout the years, man. For high school, who else did I have in
You could give one more. It's just take one more.
Yeah.
Even somebody you might have played against.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, like Dale Clancy. Like,
you played it. Why do everybody say his name? And I seen him. I seen the crossover. I seen the speed. So I know you're the third person. That's James said his name. Dap said his name. He was slept on.
I'm not bullshitting, bro. Dale was like, bro.
Hold on, look, because look, we already read it. All right, give me your top 5 NBA. But we gotta have another one.
NBA, right?
Like,
we can.
down.
Yeah, we can.
Me and you all.
We can do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Basketball.
Top 5 NBA.
Yeah.
All time or just right now?
Just all time.
All time. All right. I like Kobe, Braun, Jordan. Shit. Shaq. Man. Scotty, yeah.
All right, I respect it. Well, we can wrap it up on that note. Yo, I appreciate you, dude. You brought your daughter. She's knocked out now. Everybody's going to see the process of her and then going at this. I appreciate you for sliding in. Definitely, we got to have – I want to do a sit-down. We can do that. Because, like, basketball talk will go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, and I appreciate you for coming in. And happy birthday, bro.
Appreciate you. Appreciate your patience, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we just got to take a picture.